Hey everyone, I'm coming on to start working on an embellishment to recreate from what I received in my subscriber challenge giveaway I'm having. I received my first entry from Liana. It's a deal, and she sent this cute little pouch in this really pretty paper. And inside there are these two little embellishments. Super cute. I don't have anything quite this shape to recreate this exactly. So this is where I struggle, because it took me probably 30 minutes to go through my die stash to try to figure out how I can try to replicate this. I did come up with a few possibilities. This is a Chaos Craft rectangular picture frame die set. And I think this would be pretty as the background. I can cut this out in gold, maybe pop it up on some foam or something. Or maybe the stamp I'll pop up on some foam. For the, on the embellishments she made, there is a stamp cut out back here. And I went through and looked in my stash for the different stamp dies I have. This one I have, it's a little large, and this one's pretty big too. This is from the Sketchbook Be a Villain die set, and you can see it back there. Then I have a little bit smaller one. This is a Pink and Main die set. I'm thinking I might use this one right here. I'm gonna find some pattern paper from my Maggie Holmes. I think I'm going to do Garden Party because I'm going to show you what I have sitting here. So let me put this away for safekeepings for right now. And I need then to pull my ephemera out. And I'm going to make my embellishments first, and then I will work on the pouch to put it in. I already had cut out a whole pile of Maggie Holmes paper. Maybe you all will freak out when you see this. I cut this out like a crazy woman one day because I was going to make a bunch of junk journals and put them in my shop. And this is what I do. I get like a crazed woman with an idea in my head, and then after I start on it, then don't even do it anymore. Here is a whole full Maggie Holmes Garden Party paper pad. Now I have a couple paper pads. So I took this one and I cut the sheets into 4.5 by 8.5 size pieces of paper to make for travelers' notebooks. Okay. So I've got some that are half size, and then some that are the 4.5 by 8.5 size. And I have the entire paper pad cut up like that. So this is what I'm going to pull from to do all of my embellishments when I'm trying to recreate the ones that I receive as part of my challenge. So I'm gonna look through those. First, I'm going to cut out this twice in the gold paper. So this is just a scrap piece I have. I'm going to go look for another piece that's a little larger, and I'm gonna cut those out. I'm gonna cut out my little stamps in some pattern paper, so I gotta pick that out. Okay, here are the two pieces of paper from the Garden Party collection that I decided to use. And this was already trimmed to the half size for the traveler's notebook, so I didn't even have to pull my paper pad out because I have that whole stack here. Put these over here next to my Garden Party stack so I know where they are. I cut out my two stamps, and then I also cut out two of these, and I think those are going to work okay. I should probably go ahead and cut out enough to make 4. So what I want to do is make 4, at least 4 total. I'm going to use 2 of them to send out as embellishments for a challenge that I want to participate in. And then my plan is to send back to, so in this case, I will send them back to Liana, the embellishments that I made using her ideas that she made her embellishments with. So that's my plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut 2 more of these, and then we'll get started decorating. All right. I cut out 4 stamps in the Maggie Holmes pattern paper from the Garden Party collection. Then I cut out 4 of these in the metallic gold cardstock. Let me get a sample out. So it looks like, yeah, she's got double-sided sticky tape behind there. And everything else is layered on top of the stamp. So I can go ahead and place down my stamps. I got my handy dandy little box here with my foam tape in it. I need to go hunt up the gold thread and some tulle because it looks like she's used some gold glitter tulle back here. So I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be back in just a minute. I found some gold tulle. I have this one. Then I also have this one. I'm trying to find the end of it. Here we go. Ooh. So that's a little bit more intense. I do like it, but I think I'm going to use this one. That's pretty. So I'm going to cut off 2 squares to go over the ticket, and I guess I could just eyeball it. So I have very little Garden Party embellishments. I do have 1 pack of puffy stickers. I don't remember. I might have bought these at Joann's. I was thinking I might have had 2 of these, but I'm only finding 1, so I don't think I'm going to use those just yet. Not quite there. And I have a bunch of stuff that I cut out just to go with that Maggie Holmes stuff. And I made these butterfly embellishments. So I'm going to put these away. I have 1 pack of ephemera that I bought. Gosh, I don't remember where I ordered it. Maybe I ordered it or got it Joann's, but this is all I have. So I've got some tags. I do have the stickers. Oh, I can use these for sure. Okay, so I got those. I have, I don't know what those are from. I got some floral stickers. Maybe I can use those. Okay. I got vellum. See, I don't have very much at all. I've got some larger flowers. I've got these larger cards. And then I have this stuff. So I do not have a lot. I'm going to cherish this for a while because I know that I will never be able to get my hands on it anymore. I will part with some of the stickers. I also found this the other day when I was cleaning out. I'm working on a destash. I have what do you call the Happy Planner. I have a Maggie Holmes Happy Planner, and I think I'm going to destash that. But I had a bunch of stickers and things that were in an envelope in there, and I don't really remember where this came from. It could have been from my Maggie Holmes paper. I don't know. But I think this is Maggie Holmes ephemera. And here's some of those stamps. And then I have some like washi strips from, I don't know if those are from Maggie Holmes or a different collection. So those are in here. I want to save that. I have a whole plastic container here that has all my Maggie Holmes. See, I got Woodland Grove, Round Trip, Market Square, Forever Fields, and then I have a few extras that I picked up. Then I have Parasol. And the Parasol, the papery collection, has a lot of stamps in it, so I might use maybe some of that. But I can use a couple of these bows, and I could put, I don't know if I have a lot of these flowers. I think they would be a good size. I will use a couple of these stamp papers from this collection. I have my tickets, so then that will go there. And let me see. Okay. Oh, I need 4 flowers total. Let me get a flower off of here. We'll start with, I'm going to start with this blue one. I'm going to layer just like she did. She put the flower over to the left. Now this doesn't have any greenery on it, so I don't know. We'll see how it works. And it's going to be a different shape altogether, but that will be okay. I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to put that there. It'll be something like that, and then I'll need to put a bow on there. I think for this one I'll use a yellow bow, perhaps. This looks like the same bow that she used. Has a little bit of foam. Let me put some foam tape on the back of here first. So let me put that back. All right, I'm gonna put that one there. And this one I'm gonna cut in half. Okay. Then this is gonna go here. There we go. Okay, then this can go, which one am I gonna do it on this one? That can go there, and then I'll find a bow. This is gonna be a very tiny little piece of foam on the back, but I can do it. There we go. And then this will just go on here, sort of like that. It's coming along. All right, let me do that one. Then I need another flower. I'm gonna do this black and white one here. have to add some bling still, and I don't know where here we go. My tool is running away. Okay, that's looking pretty. Now we know why I do not do this. Maybe I'll just do these two. No, let's just do them all. Okay, I got these two are almost done. Then I need 2 more flowers. I think the next thing I need to do is get my gold thread. I almost feel like I want to use a little wet glue on these, but let's see. That needs to go down. Then this needs to go down like so. And then this will go on top there. Maybe I'll put a little wet glue there. Let's see if that'll help. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's really gonna help. No. All right, I'm just gonna put it there and then I'll get it better after I get this ready to go. I have never done this before, never used this gold thread on anything. All right, got that off. And I am gonna put a little bit of wet glue on the back of these so I can move stuff around if I need to. So let me get this. Probably should redo it, but I'm not going to. Okay, that's pretty good. So here we go. Oh, it's upside down. That's not gonna work. Oh, okay. Hang on now, it's sticking to my fingers. Need some tweezers. I gotta rescue this. Okay, so let me just leave that on there. Let's start over. Okay. All right, I'll twist it and set it down. Totally came untwisted. Okay, and I'm gonna set this down on top of it. There. Cute. All right. I think that looks pretty good. I just got to do the rest of them. And then there's a little more embellishing I need to do. Okay. All right. 1 down, 3 to go. Here's what we got so far. Those two and these two. All right, let's find some jimmies and maybe some sequins, because I don't have the cluster of the little cluster thing that Liana had. All right. So let me, I'm going to pause the video and go look for some things. Okay, so on the original ephemera or embellishment, there is a little word sentiment up here. I do not have anything like this. And this is really pretty. It's gold lettering on there. I have these words, and they're printed, well, it's a rubber stamp set, and I had these pre-made just so I would have them available for when I'm crafting. Let's see if I can find the smallest words on here. And then I'm gonna trim these down to make them as small as I can. All right, there we go. Now, I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna use the lighter color of this foam. It's gotta be super skinny. So let me just cut. Okay. That'll be good for that one. Just some wet glue on here. This will slide around on here. So let me just go ahead and get these started. And then I'm gonna have to let them dry. So those are definitely gonna have to dry for quite a while. I got some gold flat or pearl halfback gems in different sizes. These are going to have to be pretty small. So I'm going to just pour a couple out. Hopefully the small ones will come out. These are Pink Fresh. I got these from my local craft store. There's actually a tiny one there. That would maybe work good. I'm gonna go ahead and put glue on all 4 of these so that it can start getting tacky before I put my gem on there. All right, I'm gonna attempt to do this now with, already. They're already running away from me. I'm trying to do it without my sticky tool, which I might have to get. Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go. There's a little glob of glue there. That one actually can be bigger. Let's see. Is this going to be too big? Okay, perfect. The bow's a little bigger, so I wanted to put a little bit bigger flat back on those. Okay, now that's all I need of those. On Liana's embellishment, she's got this blue gem, and I do have those. Do they both have? Yeah, they both have a blue one. I also have pink ones. I could do maybe one pink and maybe one blue. How would that look? Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, and then the last thing I'll need to work on is the cluster up here in this little area. I've got some clear jimmies and some beads. And let me see what I can find in here. There's these. Okay, there we go. Just that little added color. That's all I needed. All right, now the fun part is going to be creating a little cluster. I'm going to start with the white. Let me just put a dab of glue right there. Then I'm just going to start building on this. So I'm going to try to get this on here so the hole isn't showing. I'm going to go with the flower next. I'm going to use one of the hot pink and then one of the lighter color. I think I'll just put the glue on the flower on this one and maybe just stick it on there somewhere. I love decorating with little bits like this. Okay, there's 2. Then I'm gonna put, I think I'll put the bluish sequin. And this glue dries clear, so I'm not worried about overdoing it with the glue on here. So I'm just going to put that right up there, and then hopefully it'll kind of stay there. And I'm going to fill in with the little jimmies and things. but I think this will be fine. Okay. All right, I am gonna let those dry before I go back with the other jimmies. So I'll work on the other two while these are drying. So let's move all of these out of the way so they can dry completely, and they are looking beautiful. Thank you, Liana, for the inspiration. I'm very excited. Okay, so this folder is, it's got one piece for the main part of the folder, and the folder is, let's measure it, 8 inches by 4 inches wide. Okay, let's see what these are measuring. Okay, so they're 8.5 by 4.5. So I just need to cut a 1/2 inch off each side, or 2 sides. So the cover is just the flat piece of paper. So I need to cut a 1/2 inch off this side, so it'll be 4 inches wide by 8 inches. So a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. So cut. Here's a 1/2 inch. And 1/2 inch. And I need to get my corner rounder. You know what? I need 2 of these because I'm making 2 pockets. So we'll just do one at a time. It's fine. I'll do this one. Hopefully it will work good. Sometimes these punches do not work very good. All right. Yeah, I'll try this. There we go. Okay, so there's the front. Now she's got little lines in her paper for folding it over. Let's see where she started making them. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then she started, well, I can just do it this way. So at 2.5, so every 1/4 of an inch, starting at 2.5. 1/4 inch starting at 2.5. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see, how many did I say there was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then that just kind of helps fold it over. I'm not going to bend these down completely. I'm just going to crease it slightly. There. Did I do one too many? Maybe I did. There. Okay. Then I'm going to make my little pockets. And I'm going to need this again. So let me just set that right there. Maybe I can use the trimmer for the smaller one. The small front pocket is going to be, let's see, 2.5 inches tall. And I'm going to add, let's just do 3 inches, make it 3 inches for now. Oh, wait. Okay, so I need it to be 4 inches wide, the pocket, plus I'm going to add a 1/4 of an inch. So I am going to leave this the width that it is. but I'm gonna do the height. What did I say? Oh gosh. 2. So I'll do 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Hopefully. We'll see. 2 3/4, and then the back one, which is this one here, that one is measuring 3.5, so 3 3/4. Okay, so same with this one. Leave it so 3 3/4. Okay, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to make a pocket. It's been a while since I made one. So I may not have done it correctly, but I don't want to waste a whole sheet of paper, so I'm going to improvise on this. And I'm going to just do, let's see, I'll do a 1/4 of an inch on each side. So over here at a 1/4 of an inch, these will be the side gussets, hopefully. Okay, so doesn't leave me a lot of room. That's okay. And then the bottom will have a 1/2 inch on the bottom, I think. So, okay. Just make sure we measured correctly. Okay, yeah. So these are just going to be folded in. I'm not going to have the gusset like she has because I don't want to waste another piece of paper. So I am going to do mine just a little differently. Where's my scissors? Here we go. So I'm just going to cut this off kind of at an angle like that. Okay, so then that will be my outside pocket, and that's gonna go, might be a little snug. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for this one. This is the back pocket. So just a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, there. Oh, I did that too far. All right. All right. Okay. Close enough, right? We are just winging it here, really. We are winging it. All right, now I'm gonna glue. This will be my base pocket. It's gonna go. Okay, so this one will go on the base. I'm gonna go ahead and glue it on first. I feel like it's getting very dark. All right, I'm just gonna kind of push the sides in just slightly. It's a little bit bigger than the back piece, which is good because I want the pocket to be able to fit something in there. And there's a little bit of a gap in there, so I can still use it as a pocket, even though I didn't put a gusset like I should have probably done. But if you're gonna put anything substantial in your pocket, you definitely want to gusset. And if you don't know how to make a gusset, you can use one of your dies that has that built into it and then trim it down. That would be the easy way to do it. I'm gonna glue this one down now. Okay. Just gonna try to squeeze it in just a hair. Looks pretty. Hopefully my embellishments will fit in here. I really do like this style of pouch though. This is super cute. All right, give that a minute to dry. I'm gonna get some Velcro. I don't have the cute pink ones. It's okay. Okay, there. Just put it like right there. That looks good. Just have that like that. Cute. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I think my embellishments will fit in there okay. They'll be fine. Okay, so this is looking cute. Let's look at our sample. Then she's got, oh, I have to do this on the outside. Okay, everyone, it is the next morning. I took some time to let these dry really good, just to make sure the sequins are on there. All right, it is the next day, and before I started recording, I added, I added some craft cardstock to the back of each of these ephemera pieces or embellishments, because the gold foil cardstock is pretty flimsy, and since this has this intricate cutouts here, I really wanted to make sure that they were not flimsy. So now they're much better, and they will hold up to being shipped much better this way. And then I still have to add more stuff to them. So after I quit recording last night, I did cut out these words. Next thing I'm going to do is put these jemmies on the cluster to add a little more bling on there. Get my little glue. I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue on the other things so it can attach itself to everything. I'm gonna have to let these dry before I put any more things on here. Probably be good enough. Okay, now I will let these dry completely, and I'm gonna make my other pocket. So cute. I love these little pockets. So cute. There we go. And there's the other one. And they will be ready for embellishments. Now, Liana has a ruffle on the top. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to make a ruffle using this scrap piece here. Perfect. And I'm just gonna, I guess it doesn't have to go all the way to the edge. Okay, it's a little thin, but that's okay. I've got rickrack to a paper rickrack from the Cast Craft Die, and I already have it pre-cut. And I need to make another ruffle. I'm gonna go to my sewing machine. There we go, there's one. And the other one. Get that out of the way. Then I can just glue my rickrack. Those are looking cute. Now, I'm gonna find, I got butterflies in here. Let's see. Let's do a couple bows. Use Hello Sunshine on one. And maybe bloom where you are planted. I'm gonna use that one on here, I think. All right, these have had a chance to dry. They're super cute. I love them. There's this one. Cute, cute, cute. Butterfly. Bend that leaf up a little bit. And now I can get back to add in the final finishing touches on the gems to the little cluster. And these will be ready to package up. So let me bring these in. I've waited a long time for those to dry. I think they feel pretty solid. And then I got, let me see. Down a little. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing this video. All right, I'm gonna put some of these little jimmies, just tuck them in different areas. Let me get some out of here so they're ready to go. At least get them turned over in here. Everything was always upside down. Just put one like there to start with. Oh, I put a little too much glue. They slide around. That was pretty. I'm going to put one down here too. See if I can get that. All right, let me see. Do you think that's enough? I'm going to put one over here, I think. Like right there. That looks pretty. I think that is probably enough on there. Looks pretty. So I'm going to let that dry. Let me do the other three here. I'm gonna let all that dry and I'll see if there's any spaces. I'm gonna add in more. Okay, I'm gonna do the other two off camera, let them dry, then I'm gonna come back and do the final reveal of my embellishments and my little tote, and my little pouch to put them in. Okay, so I'll be back in a little bit. All right, everyone, here is my finished project. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And let me just hold up a couple of these embellishments to show you how they look. Actually, let me do one of the pink ones. I did one with pink and one with blue. I think they turned out really pretty. And the little cluster in the corner, it's got all the little sparkle and it's chunky. I love how they turned out. Show you the other two. They all are very similar. And then my little pouch, here's one, so cute. I've got a puffy sticker on there. On the inside. I'm hoping everything will fit in here okay. Here's the other one. All right, so let's, I'll show you. So these, here are the sentiments. I decided not to put them on. So let me show you the original. Here's the original pouch. And here's my pouch. I made the pocket a little different. I didn't put the gusset. I probably should have. But I already had the paper cut and I didn't want to go out and grab a new piece of paper other than what I already had cut up. So I improvised a little bit. I could have also cut just some white paper and made a gusset and glued it on the side here. Which, if you were going to do this, I would recommend doing that, just so you have more room to stuff your pocket. All right, so on the front, I put the ruffle. I just made a smaller ruffle out of one of the scraps that I had. Put the paper rickrack instead of the fabric rickrack. I went into my stash and found a couple of puffy stickers, so I put that on here, and I have these butterflies already punched out, and I put a bow on there. Super cute. The other one is very similar. Okay, then let's get the embellishments out. Put them beside mine that I made. Let's see how they compare. I tried to make them the same size as possible so I could try to mimic it as much as I could. Mine obviously are a little smaller, and I did find a smaller stamp to go underneath here, and I popped it up on foam just like Liana's and this one is, and I used the stickers. I believe she used stickers also for hers, and I just so happened to have the Maggie Holmes and Parasol stickers, the flowers and the bows that came from the Maggie Holmes roll of, I guess it's like washi stickers. So I was able to use those from there, which I was happy I had those in my stash. I used some of the gold thread back here. Mine is much finer than what Liana used, so hers shows up a little better. I'll have to look for some that's a little thicker like that. And then the cluster, here's how I made my cluster. I just had to actually cluster it. And she has like this cluster that was pre-made. It's all one piece. So I did have to improvise there a little bit. I think they look pretty similar, and I feel very happy with what I was able to come up with. And thank you, Liana, again for the inspiration and for sending me your lovely embellishments. I do appreciate it. So I'm going to pack these up, and one will go out for a, what do you call it? A challenge that I am participating in. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.